We are kicking things off this morning with a little bippity-boppity boop. Yes, indeed. Paige is live at the Kalita Humphreys Theater in Dallas for a preview of the new production of Cinderella. Paige, do you have your glass zippers on today?
Ooh, yes. And guess what? Because this is the truth. Every little girl in her heart wants to be a princess. And so many children, so many people in North Texas have an opportunity to see Cinderella, the original musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein. They're bringing it to the stage here, and it is magical, certainly. There's so many things to do, and what's wonderful is the opportunity to have this musical once again in all of its glory, because nothing is impossible.
Impossible things are happening every day.
That's just a little hint of what you'll experience here watching Cinderella. I'm excited to introduce you to Madison Dugan and also Megan Lagerman to tell us about this iconic performance. Good morning to you both, you lovely princesses. All right, so I'm going to begin with you, Madison. You have the opportunity to play the iconic role of Ella, as she is called in this Rodgers and Hammerstein version of Cinderella. Has this been a dream come true for you?
It has been a complete dream come true. She's been a dream role of mine since I can remember. Cinderella has had such a special place in my heart since I was a little girl. And I feel like when you play Ella, you can't help but just feel so much joy and light. And I'm just so excited to spread that to our audiences that come and see the show.
It really is something special, and it's so magical. The tale of Cinderella, so many of us became familiar with it with the Disney version of Cinderella, but this is something that has been an iconic role, and you have an opportunity to play the fairy godmother. And she's a little bit more complex than what we see in the Disney film. Tell me about her and what it's been like to play.
Well, she's a little mischievous. She starts out as a quirky, crazy Marie, and then she transforms into Ella's beautiful fairy godmother and transforms her in her entire life. And some of my favorite parts about playing her are the iconic lines that she gets to say about encouragement. And I feel like that's really important for young girls and boys to see this day.
I think it is so important to have those kinds of encouragement and to also come to a performance as iconic as Cinderella. There's so many messages that are being relayed through the music and through the dialogue of this fantastic musical. And to see it come back to life after so many years, it's interesting that the magic still shines brightly. It's nothing that has to be dusted off. It in and of itself is such a story that people really resonate with. Why do you think that this story of Cinderella, in so many different versions that we've seen throughout the years, why do you think it continues to be so popular with audiences?
I think it's just a beautiful story about hope and optimism, and I think that that is something that is timeless. And the magical aspect of it too, I feel like when everyone thinks about a princess or Cinderella, they think of those magical moments and dreams, and like hoping that your dream will come true, and everybody can relate to that.
We all have those dreams. All right, so let's talk about the scenes. What would you say is your favorite scene to play in this musical?
Oh, goodness. My favorite scene is one that I'm actually not even in. It's the pursuit, and it's when you have characters running off stage in one direction and then appearing magically on the other side, and you have different characters becoming different characters, and it's just a lot of magic.
This is certainly not short on pageantry. You've got fantastic costumes, ballroom scenes. Y'all can visualize it. What would you say is your favorite scene?
My favorite scene has probably got to be the ballroom scene. We have some gorgeous costumes from a local Harris Costumes in Fort Worth.
Very familiar with this.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. We have our turntable going and some beautiful choreography from our amazing choreographer, Hannah Chen. And our ensemble is the beating heart of our show, with some beautiful singing and dancing, and the score, the Rodgers and Hammerstein score, is absolutely stunning. So that's probably my favorite part.
The Wicked Stepsisters also have a pretty pivotal role. These are their costumes that you see behind us that are on display right here. They are always kind of provide a little bit of that comic relief when you're witnessing it. But these characters, you're able to get into a little bit more depth than what you see in the Disney version.
Yes, absolutely. There is a lot more emotion and a lot more experiences that we can share on stage as these characters and really bring the audience in as a spectator of this show.
Let's also talk about something that's so special about this particular theater. This is a theater that really gives back, including the Hopeful Theater Project. I want to hear more about that.
Yes, so the Hopeful Theater Project is a nonprofit organization where 75% of their ticket proceeds go directly to local charities and causes for people in need. And so for our production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, we are partnering with the Ronald McDonald House of Dallas and Fort Worth. So for every $20 ticket that is sold, $15 of that ticket goes directly to the Ronald McDonald House mission to keep families close.
And certainly monies have already been raised. This mission continues, and it relies on nonprofits such as this to really make sure that these dreams can be realized for kids of all ages.
Yes, absolutely. And the Hopeful Theater Project is hoping to raise $100,000 for charities around the Metroplex, and we're hoping to reach that goal.
I think you can, and you don't even need magic, but we are going to do a little magic right now. We're going to show you a pretty fanciful reveal. Take it away as we see Miss Cinderella herself be transformed. This is just one of the portions of the experience, and it really is the magic of theater. You can witness it firsthand and watch her be revealed in all of her glory. She goes from the peasant costume into her gorgeous gown as she has the opportunity to meet her Prince Charming and wear those glass slippers. It's certainly something that is indeed very princess worthy, wouldn't you say? Gorgeous. I want to let people know that you can come and see this fantastic production. It goes from July 31st through August the 2nd. You can also get tickets. The information is on your screen. Ladies, this was lovely. But I want to talk to you, Miss Erin, because as we talked about before, every little girl desires to be a princess. And you and I both are Disney gals. We both love Disney. Tell me, if you could be any princess, what princess would you be?
Well, let me be clear, Paige. I'm a princess in my own right, even today.
Oh, yes.
But as a child, I loved Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I just think she has this aura about her. One, she's so loyal. She doesn't let appearances get in the way. She sees people for who they are, the heart that's inside them. And then on top of that, even though she is kind and all the things and she's a Disney princess, she's also very strong-willed. She stands 10 toes down on what she feels and how she's going to go about it, and I very much respect that. Now, let me say this. As a child, I did love Belle, but now that I'm an adult and there's representation, I love Tiana. And I mean, what can I say about Tiana other than the fact that she's a princess that I can look to and say, huh, she looks like me. She's got curly hair like me.
I recognize her. Yeah.
Exactly. And I love that for today's little girls, the fact that they get to look up to her and see all of her great traits, but also see someone that has the same hair as them and the same skin color. And so if you ask me now, Tiana's my favorite. But as a child, Belle, every Halloween, I've got that yellow dress on indeed. What about you? What was it like for you as a child?
Well, as the fog clears, first of all, I love to be in the water. I love to swim. But also, she had such determination and courage. She definitely swam against the tide and made her choices and even went against her very domineering father. I appreciated that will that she had, and also just her curiosity to find out what it's like to be a part of a different world. I really respect that, and that's something that I honestly can really, really relate to. And, don't forget, she was the one that saved the prince. Don't you remember?
She did save the prince.
In the Disney. Absolutely. So
she also ran away from home for a man.
Power. Yeah, well, that's true. I'm not sure about that.
But you know what? She stood on her own fins and made her way in the world, just like you, my girl.
Oh, thank you, honey. And I have a magic wand, and as you said, you don't need it because you are already a princess, Miss Erin.
We are princesses. Thanks so much, Paige.